जगह चाहिए। एक्स्ट्रा अच्छा रॉकेट रॉकेट स्मार्ट शफल में क्या आएगा? कुछ भी नहीं। अच्छा क्यों मैं प्लेलिस्ट में नहीं? ओके हे बॉस आ जाओ। We'll figure it out. Lag मत हो। Okay, I see. बहुत सही है। ओके नहीं बेस में जाना था, भूल गया ना। अबे अबे
I'm not done yet. Take this.
Oh baby, blue. Impossibile, bruta. Okay, helping for a long time. नहीं बेवकूफ। काइयो क्या make me stop, don't even know I lose. Nothing more coming on time. So let's go, let's finally let's go. Let's keep on going. Something greater waiting not so far away. Oh, okay, close, very close. Again. Oh. Oh, it's me, ata. Oh! नहीं नहीं यही करेगा तू, यही करेगा ये हाँ बे make me offer even more. Nothing gonna stop me no more. So let's finally let's go. Let's keep on going. Something better waiting not so far away. Pretty fire. Habis mah अबे यार ये भी नहीं पसंद मेरे को
I'm not done yet.
Super spirit bomb.
This is everyone's power. The spirit bomb.
इसकी माँ भाग गई retry
I'm not done yet.
golden pizza. Escape. Hold up. अबे टीचर बेस घूमना देख लिया कर किस पे ट्रांसफॉर्म हो रहा है तू Good for you to got the back ओ बेबी यही सुपर सैयद हेलो ओ बेबी कायोकेन जाने के लिए एक और पॉइंट चाहिए एंड अभी नॉर्म लगा है नहीं ओके ओके अब बेवकूफ ओ नहीं 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 वेरी बैड वेरी मर गया ना मर गया
I will continue to fight, and someday no escape. Oh,
blue oh मेरा भी एवरीथिंग आपको देख ही ले मैं तो बोलता हूँ देख ले ओके मर गया हमें लगता है क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan. Only there, only tomorrow. Or not. There. Behind the point blank.
Farewell. I will continue.
Oh shit. अभी नहीं तेरे लिए मैं बेस में ही काफ़ी हूँ क्योंकि बेबी को बेस पसंद है. कैसे काम करता है मेरे पास नहीं है. क्या बेवकूफ़ हूँ मैं, घर क्यों जाना था बेस नहीं. वेल वैसे भी फील कर रहा था थोड़ी सा. थोड़ा नो इशू. कायोकेन सब ठीक करेगा. ऑलवेज बिलीव इन कायोकेन.
Don't let me.
करेक्ट टाइम पे डॉट करना है समझा लो तो। Oh my खा के बड़ा बैंडी
Here we go! The power comes higher and higher! I've been keeping this one a secret!
अब हुआ ना अब इसकी बेटी से देखिए बार बार लगातार एक नहीं दो बार दो नहीं तीन बार तीन नहीं चार बार Let's go. To your tonight. 身のほど知らず ディールガム Yes and I think on the sun エリウスじゃあ秋かボールロックいいねいいねデックオティスオンリーベルかなor no
Let's go, go, 大パニック負けると強くなる身の程知らずには後悔とか限界とかないもんそうです超絶ダイナミック Let's go Yes 連打機かびせて無茶ぶりすげえことが待ってる
はあ
出会えて嬉しいぜすげえやつに教えてくれるかい俺の強さをパワー全開限界突破このから先は神も腹ポカさマジさよてんてんもちもじゃんじゃんぴゃんぴゃん気もしない溶けるカカじたぜクンの武器じゃんじゃんぴゃんぴゃん究極のバトル意味はないさ戦う大差嫌な敵がカブになる
No, it's no limit. Yeah. Hours of Horror पक्का है ये पक्का दो best new games. Ninja Gaiden, Fortnite. ये नया गेम है Fortnite. अच्छा है. Alien Knight, Rocket, Hollow Knight, Final Fantasy, Spider, Disco Elysium, Outer Wilds, Sims 4, Helldivers, XCOM, Deathloop, God of War, Half-Life, Elden Ring, Dishonored, Red Dead, Witcher 3. किसने बनाया है ये? कौन माफ कर?
has been a long and winding.
Mega.
And number 49 is Mega Bonk. Speaking of dumb fun, this out-of-nowhere Steam hit combines Vampire Survivors, Risk of Rain 2, and some pure stupidity to make one of the most flat-out entertaining games. Doesn't really explain exactly what this game is. It looks like your average Souls game, but with a more contemporary setting. But what makes this game different is how the combat is sort of de-emphasized. The bosses in big battles are easily the worst parts of the game. The real meat and potatoes of it is the exploration, the clues, finding and unlocking of secrets, all that kind of crap. There's a factory of this made optional. It's not Farm West, made by the guy who did Turbo Overkill. This game is actually a completely overhauled version of his original Doom mod, which is also worth checking out, rather than an essential smack, constantly exploring, mixing time through. Frustrating because it's look to PC in 2025, and it's still really good for what it is. The game's
Stellar Blade.
And number 44 is Stellar Blade. The former PlayStation exclusive came to PC in 2025, and it's still really good for what it is. The game's not afraid to make its inspirations clear. It's a Souls game mixed with some Nier Automata, and it's a really well-made and fun game that's, yes, pretty derivative, and yes, very sexy lady, make game fun, but I mean, it just feels good to play. Totally aside from the influences and the obvious visual appeal it is going for, it's well paced, the boss fights are fun, it's a little more forgiving than a typical Souls-like, and it incorporates, like I said, a little bit of the flash from something more like Nier Automata, or that sort of direction of spectacle action games. The story's gibberish, and a lot of the voice acting feels kind of amateur hour, but everything else about the production is very high quality and generally well made. It's a game that's just generally better than a lot of people expected it to be. Like, it's not just skating by on an attempt to appease people who want a sexy protagonist. It's a good game. And number 43 is Ball X Pit. It's Breakout on steroids. Level we appreciate where people not perfect, but yeah, there's got the multiplayer anyway. But if there's a genre of game perfectly suited for the top, you don't actually add Rage Bound. This throwback to the it's the start of the parks. And the first two games had promise, but the third game feels like the most realized version of the concept. It's got a fully fleshed out campaign mode, excellent presentation, the presence of Mr. Jeff Goldblum himself, and the addition of baby dinosaurs and dino mating. It adds a lot more depth to the strategy of park building. I love the little unnecessary but fun details of this game. Without far away or from up close, the game's builder. At number 38, it's Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo.
ये सब 2D games में क्या सही है?
You play a world where linear story driven
Mafia the old town
owning it. Formula episodic. The choice around freely anymore. Still one of the best of these more
revive the old Telltale. And number 36, it's Dispatch. Out of the many attempts to revive the old Telltale formula of episodic adventure games, Dispatch is clearly the most successful and also my personal favorite. Sure, the choices don't actually matter that much. The game is even more of a visual novel than usual. You can't really even walk around freely anymore. Still one of the best of these types of games. The animation is excellent across the board, has some amazingly well choreographed action sequences peppered throughout the game's 8 episodes. The cast is charming, voice acting is great from top to bottom. Script can be a little rough and juvenile at times, but the parts that matter, they really work. And that's not even talking about the game's central dispatch mechanic, where you're mission control, deploying a squad of heroes on missions. A lot to the overall experience than just a Telltale copycat. It was one of the best boomer shooters of the past, playing the most impressive color of the name with Origins. Remember, I did the Before You Buy on War. Games were the high rule. They bounce around, but clear out. The thing together is actually the best games in the memo. Another one designed and very entertaining. Been done distributing. Early act adds some already. The Fall of Avalon, a quasi-open world RPG. Its Souls combined with Skyrim in almost every way that counts. They drop you into these large open environments with tons of little dungeons and caves and side quests to explore and little bits of loot all over the place. But you start out as a total chump who will crumple if somebody looks at you funny. Mechanically, very similar to Skyrim, but a lot more dangerous and deadly, a lot more reactive choices that can affect the outcome of various regions. The game doesn't always look great, but it manages to punch way above its weight with the environmental design, because each region, it's relatively small, so they sneak in a bunch of the bespoke works up for all the shortcomings, with no Elder Scrolls for years to come. This is probably the next best thing we're going to get, and it's pretty damn good. At number 31, it's old school art. To make a game that includes the look, classic look, way of kind of actually have their interesting tool. Otherwise, 80s too is all fan with it, but they game Chinese history focused Souls-like has a lot going for it. And while the developers' post-launch decisions have been somewhat baffling, the core game it's brutally challenging. That game had, but it makes up for it by being all around bigger and just a better adventure. You only need Couch Code. 7 has tried this thing's fairly. First trying story is Chronos the new. This game's super different from Planes, but you learn how to efficiently conserve ammo. But that takes a while to get to that. This carefully designed environment everything. To me, I really simple. It's rarely properly built that you monster. Actually, just in that the mists. Tons of
upcoming games.
Combat and the general flow, but damn, does it feel good to get a good platinum game? Especially, I mean, I would almost call this a spiritual successor to Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Like amazing hours. Most importantly, it feels like it belongs alongside the original Xbox. Are you in 1960s rural Japan and do you have Silent Hill syndrome? You don't? Well, Hideko Shimizu does. And the little town of Ibisugaoka, oh man, goes Silent Hill on her ass. You got the fog rolling in and all the Lovecraftian fever dream stuff happening to her. It's one of the fastest selling entries in Silent Hill's history, which is actually pretty wild. All things considered, the last stretch of time has been very good to Silent Hill fans. Between the Silent Hill 2 remake and this, and let's be serious, this game's got very good graphics. Of course, it runs smoothest and nicest on PC. That's how you want to have your sanity messed with. Nice, buttery, smooth PC graphics. This game has got an absolutely haunting world. It is beautiful in terms of art direction. Again, it's a little bit different of a Silent Hill game. You got a couple of minor Souls-like mechanics in there. Not enough that I would call it a Souls-like, though it's still very much a Silent Hill game. At number 20 of all the big Souls-like released on Steam this year, but it's actually one of the highest rated games of the year, and for good reason, I think. It's a solid game, far better than first impressions are going to lead you to believe. It's clearly a game made with a more limited budget than something like Wukong, but where it's lacking in flashy visuals, it makes up for in solid Souls-like design, fundamental exploration, and atmosphere. Bosses in many like a good one, despite just as you see, interested in G with have worked little got for some get this really. The is ridiculously named. Just a game at that point, my first shockingly well made and long, despite being a spin-off from Dungeon Fighter Online made by the but even if not just from that love spectating game. Scene is Once Upon a Katamari. The Katamari in cycle that Switch 2 launch definitely quite known. 14 is Baby Steps, Fat Man Fall Down the Game. This game is ridiculous, stupid as hell, and by all accounts shouldn't work, but it does. It is buggy. The humor is often intentionally designed to be as annoying as possible, but that's just part of the experience. Despite that, there's still just something weirdly zen about Baby Steps. There's something almost soothing about walking this goober around with separately operating legs over increasingly difficult terrain, which would be difficultly fun, and all of get to a command and conquer revival tier for 6 reasons. And number 2, identifying whether the person you're talking to is an actual person, because if they're not, they're probably going to kill you. This is a game built entirely on creepy vibes, and it does it very well with grotesque figures wandering around in the darkness outside your apartment and menacing you. As company team-based guard, this thing, and if you have some friends, that much fun played that way. Basic on your time, it much tension around gen up to it. Dreamcast thing, metaphorically charming game. It's creative and likely and works. You got to do stuff to keep your alters happy and give you puzzle thing combines, but it makes the game pretty creative with some of its puzzle designs by incorporating the progress trees. There are other after all, but the artwork having is hitting games almost a pretty damn fun game, well made, and they managed to do the impossible, made the people on the internet collectively decide completely on their own to work together rather than against each other. Maybe that's down to the game. Most exchanges with you, Mo. Press, and maybe because is Hollow Knight still with size brutally hard. Be harms. Like it's actually top all year. What else is there left to say about it? It's a game that takes heavy inspiration from JRPG classics of the past, but remixes the ideas to create something that feels fresh and new and exciting and extremely French in the most complimentary way I can come up with. Excellent writing, voice acting is excellent, music is excellent, pacing is excellent. It's just an excellent game. You get straight to the good stuff without a lot of messing around. World is huge, gives you tons of things to do off the beaten path, but it never feels like padding. It's an RPG that does not waste your time, tells a dramatic story that's always pushing forward while challenging you with traditional turn-based combat that incorporates some modern ideas. A lot of things like art that exists. Easy to forget that it came out this year too. These are weird games, Yakuza game. Of Shimano Pirate Land. Fire cannonballs for prizes. It's all completely absurd and somehow still has the same old earnest Yakuza story, which only makes the whole thing feel stranger. For some people, it's a bridge too far for the series. It's just too dumb at this point, too weird for its own good. But I say they can get weirder. I don't know how.
Costa. बट मेरे पीसी पे चलेगा क्यों नहीं? Recommended 2080. Hmm. 5070 Ti Super. 5080. Purchase, playtime display. Mainly positive. ठीक है. Downfall. Interesting. Pretty but terrifying. Three hour question. 50, 80. Recommendation 70%. Can classify your recommendation percentage. 40, 70, 50, 70, 40, 70, 40, 50. On 3060 Ti. Do you play on this? Without DLSS. Interesting. Mixed reviews. वैसे तो बहुत सारे गेम्स खेलना बाकी है. चलता